What's up, guys? You see we just made a shakedown. We're out here at Thunder Valley in Red Springs, North Carolina. Car was just like noticeably off pace from what I had in it. I even could feel it in the car, but I didn't know exactly what was going on. When all the boost came in, it ran okay, but it was just super soft early. So we brought it back. I thought maybe it had dead plugs, but you know, that's normally not the case with a methanol turbo car. So I brought it back, started looking over the data log, and I'll show you guys what we found. So 252 list. Check it out, guys. So it's hard to read here, but because of reflection, but you can see we're on the two-step here. You see the air fuel ratio is reading 12.1 because the O2 sensor has failed. So then when we get out here, you see it pretty much immediately started adding 20% closed loop. I mean, we are, you know, right off the trans brake there. That's trans brake release right about there. Immediately it just starts pouring fuel to the thing. And it's adding 20% and it's just dying. I mean, it would not run. It was super lazy early in the run. And then it got up there where I had 30% closed loop compensation. Probably ought to ring that in a little bit. It don't need that much. And it just would not run. Finally, at some point all the boost came in and it started to clean up a little bit out there, but it was still really rich and I didn't know what was wrong. On the pass, I shut it off early. But we knew something wasn't right, but luckily my buddy Charles Norman had an O2 sensor. He had a Bosch O2 sensor. I normally run an NTK. Hopefully it'll read fairly close. We put it in and changed it in the ECU so it knows that we swapped sensors out. But the thing was just, I mean, it was noticeably off pace by several tenths, I would say. So, you know, that's the value of a data log, and you see the AFR is just locked in at 12.1 the entire run, and it's just adding fuel like crazy. So hopefully we got that sorted out. We had a little rainstorm come in. We're getting ready to make another hit. As soon as they get the track dried up and cleared out, it only sprinkled for a minute. So hopefully we'll be back racing here before long, and we get at least one good pass before eliminations. All right, guys.
1.
Yeah.
Red 1?
Yeah.
All right, what car is that?
The baby.
Yeah. Who we got?
You got the bulldozer. Call your
All right, who's got 2 red?
I got 2
Right there, that would be Tony.
They got red, right, green, and left.
Yeah, we got red lane.
All right, who else we got? Corey, what you got? He's got the bye.
baby got right lane. Baby.
No, the baby got her on bulldozer.
All right, what else? Who? Bulldozer and baby.
Red and right.
Tony got red and right. Then you, where's the other chip? What, Mr.?
Yeah, Doc.
Okay.
Holiday.
Doc. That's it right there.
Left lane.
Doc and Tony. Corey got to buy bulldozer and baby.
You got who? The bulldozer?
Yeah.
What color chip do you have?
Red.
I had a red.
You got right lane. All right.
What lane the baby
baby.
got?
Right lane.
The baby's got right lane. Baby's got
bulldozer.
bulldozer's got left lane. Baby got.
Alright, Donald Buckley and the baby. Rick and bulldozer. Second round. What's been going on, Shannon?
Well, we've been having a problem with it being real lazy early all day, and then after we lost first round, Nick found that the header was cracked all the way around at the V-band. And so I mean, we figured, hell with it, we're already here, so we just put a real short ramp in it and see what would happen. Because, you know, the turbo's not really following the ramp anyway. Which it worked for like 2.5 seconds. And then it blew the header completely apart, and there's a gap, like
Hey, y'all go ahead and start
2-inch gap from the, we don't need to take the front end off.
Yeah, I want to see it.
Oh, yeah, we'll show you guys, but you know, I'll be honest with you, everyone's like loves some stainless, you know, real nice looking hot side, but I don't believe in it, to be quite honest with you. I would rather have a MIG welded mild steel hot side. Stainless gets too brittle, it cracks. You fight this all the time. I ran a set of BBK shorties for like 10 years and never had a single crack in them. These are really nice stainless turbo headers that someone custom built, and didn't work out. You'll see in a second.
So this is what Shannon was just talking about. The crack in the header. As y'all can see, it started out as just a little crack. Now it's like 2 inches. So that's why we have been losing boost.
Alright. Want to receive it? First call for the car.
You got Rick? You say you're going to go first and go ahead and get it over. You got to buy again.
I got it. Enjoy this nice weather while you're sitting. It's going to be
I don't understand that. How you get to buy like, twice again?
It's been a blind draw every time. We can't change the rule at the end and say,
Oh, okay.
we're not gonna do that. We should have said that before, and then the other car that had to buy, he'd have set out to everybody else drawed, and he wouldn't have got the opportunity to get to buy. We ain't gonna make a rule change at the end.
Up against Plum Crazy. In the semi.
That's what y'all
Set it up for me.
Yeah, he got to the final. Get his whole head off.
Car cut off. He shut the car out.
You a good break in. Let's get him
Car cut all the way out. But that's things that happen.
Yeah, well, he shut it off too.
It was over from the word go.
They want to bring that shit back up here and run it.
Yeah. I'm not the owner, so I can't make that call. Car cut off. I mean, damn, he's supposed to drive by.
Oh, y'all cut off.
Yeah, cut off. Yeah.
Cut off.
Terry Wayne and Hellboy with us. Yep, go.
DJ Rivers, Thunder Valley, BMF. We didn't get to finish it out. Paid the money, 9 cars, $4 grand. Money's green at the Valley. Come see us. We'll put on another race here soon. Guaranteed, no car count. The track was on kill. Bloodbath, Bulldozer, and them, they know what the deal is now. When we come, we're going to prep the track correctly. We're going to go hard. 2020.
What's up, guys? Welcome back, Bloodbath Racing. We out here in the trailer / shop, I guess now, because it's got a lift. But we out here trying to survey the damage of what happened this weekend. You can see the header had a little malfunction there. This thing sounds mean, open header though. You'd think it's a race car. So we're gonna try and drag that back into place and weld it back on, change oil, and just get the thing ready to go back to Thunder Valley next week. And weld this weekend, Saturday, and hopefully, run a little better than we did last week, because we were first round duck for it's like twice in 2 weeks. That's unacceptable.
So this is what's caused us to have no boost, right? What happens?
I mean, basically, there was a crack in the header. We didn't see the crack until, I don't even know how long that crack's been there. I mean, it's probably been a while, because it wouldn't crack all the way around at one time. So, it had a crack in the header for some time probably, and we just didn't catch it. And just making the car really lazy early, because, on a turbo car, if there's any exhaust leak, that's less energy to spin the turbo. So it just takes longer to spool up. I mean, it's like having a wastegate open. And then we seen the crack after we lost first round to Hellboy down there at Thunder Valley. I said, well, since we know it's cracked, I'll put a real short ramp in it, and we'll just see if the turbo will go. Just put on a show basically for the fans pretty much. And it worked for like 2.5 seconds, and then it broke completely like that. And when it broke, boost went from 26 pounds to like 6 pounds in like 1/10 of a second. I mean, it was crazy how fast the boost fell like a rock. I mean, it's just like it was open header. No boost. So, but luckily it didn't tear anything up. It was already cracked. It already had to be welded, so it really didn't have much to lose. So just gotta put it back together, weld it up, change oil. I think we're ready to go. I mean, the car's working really good on slicks. So,
What kind of headers are these?
These are actually someone's custom built stainless turbo headers. I mean, these are Yates heads anyway, so you can't really find much as far as shelf headers, like off the shelf stuff. So practically everything's custom, but these are someone's custom built turbo headers that they built. But this is just, this is just what happens with stainless exhaust, to be honest with you. That's why I'm not a huge fan of stainless hot sides, because...
These are stainless?
Well, these are stainless headers, somebody's custom built stainless headers. And, this is why I'm not a fan of stainless hot sides, to be quite honest, because they just keep, they get heat cycled a bunch. Stainless gets more and more brittle, especially around areas where it's been welded, that like heat hardens it. So it becomes like work hardened, and then you don't necessarily want something that's too hard on your exhaust, because there's any flex or anything, it cracks because it doesn't bend.
And what kind of headers do you recommend?
I prefer mild steel headers, but most people think I'm crazy for saying that, because stainless is pretty and it welds really nice, and it's TIG welded and it all looks fancy. But I race my car a lot, so I need something that's gonna last. This hot side is some like janky mild steel hot side that I built 3 years ago. I mean, it's built for performance, not for looks. It's fairly free flowing, but it's not pretty at all. It's not nothing fancy, but it's just some old regular mild steel, but it's never failed me. So
Hold on, wait. You mean to tell me that your car's not a show car, Shannon?
I know, right? I know. Most people ain't. You're probably gonna be shocked if this is your first time watching this channel, but I mean, this car is built for speed. If it
So built for speed, not for show.
Is 100% performance. If it's, if there's something if I'm doing anything to this car, it's because I think it'll make it faster or more reliable, not because it'll make it prettier. That's why it's 3 different colors. I'm an auto body technician. I paint cars for a living, but not this car. I mean, I did it one time and made it nice when we first built it.
Lasted one race.
Just because, a few I think, but just because you feel guilty of spending so much money on something and then it looks like a pile of junk. But, you know, this car has kind of built a name for itself at this point. So, you know, I'm not necessarily worried about what it looks like. We're there to win. We're there to take care of business. So, appreciate you guys' support. Hit like and subscribe, hit the bell for notifications. Link for merchandise below. Help us keep this piece of junk running. And we appreciate you guys' support. I'm going to weld this thing back up and we'll show you, you know, what kind of janky looking MIG weld I'm going to do on this thing. I'm not going to take it all apart or any of that. I'm going to literally pull it back into place, weld it up right here in the trailer, right where it's at, and go right back to racing. It gets the job done. I got it pried back in place and tacked up there. You can see I got a little weld across the top of it to hold it so I can finish welding it.
Let's see it.
I'm gonna weld the top and then probably raise it up and get underneath. Tap the spot in, close the gap up a little bit. Got it pretty good now though. Luckily the stainless tore really clean, so it's got a nice, pretty even gap to weld up now. Ain't too bad.
Do you want me to hold a flashlight?
Nope. You can't look at it anyways when I'm moving. You have to just guess. Alright.
Is it all done?
I don't think so.
Here.
Most people still be cleaning this, getting it ready to weld, but
Here, show it.
hold on. Gotta verify I got it all. Yeah. As you can see, it was cracked all the way around the flange there. So I just MIG'd it right back on. Probably never fail again. To be honest. The let's see, I mean it ain't nothing fancy, but it works. This thing's sweating horsepower under here a little bit. Got a little oil leakage here and there. We gotta change the oil anyways. Cause this thing about every 2 races I change the oil, it's due. So advantages of having a lift, I've been doing it on the floor. So got us an old clapped out stacker, but it helps in a situation like this.